my friends, and welcome to episode 48 of The Wanderer. Played 2 games since the last episode. We beat Morton 1-0, poor performance from us to be honest. Harry Cochrane scoring the goal there, and then we beat Kilmarnock 3-1. Jordan Jones, Ali Crawford and Zero Gomez on the score sheet. Andy Ryan scoring for Kilmarnock there. Today we take on Hibs. However, look at yesterday's results. We play the second set of these midweek games. Celtic losing to Morton, Rangers losing to Hamilton. Both the teams around us losing. It's a big chance for us if we can win this Edinburgh Derby. We put ourselves top of the league above Celtic again, but also put a gap to Rangers. Dundee playing Kilmarnock, they're the next in line, but they're quite a way off the pace now. They have fallen off quite a bit. You see Z Gomez falling behind Ryan Christie, who's been on some vein of form in the top goal scorers chart, still behind Stevie May, who overtook him during Gomez's injury layoff, but he is starting to get back in amongst the goals, of course. So, got one more transfer to talk to you about. We have signed Mark Noble. It's costing us 200k and 5k, well 4.6k in wages on a rotation contract. And if I remember correctly, they're going to pay 10k of his wages because I knew I couldn't afford it. He was transfer listed by the Quest. His contract ends at the end of the season. It's only a 6-month deal. Hopefully we can extend that past the end of that time, because if you look at him, one, he's going to be able to be in and around the team. I mean, his physicals aren't great in terms of pace, but everything else is still really good. But he is a model professional, which means 20 professionalism with good determination, great work rate, good teamwork, great leadership. You know, his mentals, there's not a single non-green mental there, and there's blues where it matters as well. So what an add to the team he could be in terms of developing a younger player. I'm actually got a buyout clause that we can buy out here. Robbie McAllister, we can pay. I don't even know if he's going to get 50 games, to be honest. He doesn't really suit our tactical style, and he's not developing the way I was kind of hoping he would. So I'm not sure he's going to get 50 games. So I'm not going to buy that out yet. I'd rather lose the extra money. So today we're taking on Hibs. We're going to go straight into the game. Cameron Burgess finally returns from injury. Got injured on international duty in the last international break. Finally back fit. So we've got a team of Woodman, Tvestinov, Burgess, Burgess, Souter, John Souter that is, Brandon Mason, Grant Young, Jamie Baronis, Ryan Hedges, Ali Crawford, because he played so well in the last game, he's getting rewarded with a start. Jamie Walker gets in above. We've got Jordan Jones, who was also in for a very good shout of a start after the last game, and Z Gomez. So this is a home game and it's a derby, so passionate. Where's one for the fans? I want one for the fans. Come on, let's give the fans a performance here. There we go. That's the greens that I'm looking for. And show me what you've got tonight. Let's get another couple of greens in there. We can adapt to any situation, and I don't want to let the fans down. There we go. This is a game that can set us top of the league. It's against Hibs, who we don't have the greatest record against, but we did beat them earlier on in the season. Got a free kick, Ali Crawford, obviously because he's our cam. Our free kick setup's different, but he does play it to Baronis, and it's off the post, just doesn't fall kindly to fall back into a maroon shirt. They've got a corner though, as I'm making a slight tactical change. Eventually they do take the corner, but it's in the back of the net. It's Lee Irwin. He's been the bane of us so often in this save. That's painful, because I thought we started bright, so I'm going to just go with a push forward, see if we can get something into this game. We've got thrown to Vetanov, Ali Crawford, Baronis. It's poor from Baronis. He's been doing a lot of that recently, and that's one of the reasons why I was looking at midfielders, and Mark Noble was one of the guys that came up. Irwin, Baronis intercepts though. Plays it for Jamie Walker. It's a good pass this time. Ali Crawford, Z Gomez, back to Ali Crawford. Come nicely for Ryan Hedges after that challenge. Crawford to Baronis. Can he find a decent pass this time? He can't. To Crawford to Young. Back to Baronis. Ryan Hedges now. He's got a man out wide. It's to Vetanov. It's a decent ball into Ali Crawford, justifying his start. The push forwards worked. We're back in the game. We're back on level terms. And that puts us back top of the league provisionally by a point as things stand. Hopefully we can nick another one. Finding Z Gomez has been better in the second half in the last few games. Going to make another quick tactical opposition instruction change and just get tackling hard on McGeoch as well. He's tiring a bit more than the rest of his teammates. Let's see if we can just force him into 2 subs at half time rather than 1. And Stevenson as well, and with us out, will probably put him onto hard tackling at half time as well, the right back, which would be interesting. We've got a few tied in ourselves, of course, though, but not to the extent of those guys. As half time comes around, it is 1-1. It's not been the most entertaining game as of yet with the 2 goals. And I'm going to go with, I'm not happy with your performance, and I'm going to assertively tell Z Gomez to go and show everyone what he's got. Which he does tend to respond to, but he's not on this occasion. The 6.4 maybe slightly better than the 6.3 he's played in previous games. It's caused that. Burgess back in the team, of course. Mason right now. And end of highlight, McGeoch, McGrandles, Maguire, Lee Irwin. Oh, he's done his man again. It's off the woodwork and out this time. Forgot to put hard tackling on that right back. Let's get it on now. Confirm those changes, please. And I'm going to give another push forward just this stage. See if we can get something out of this game. It's came in just as they've got a corner though. Never like that. Woodman saves it. They've maybe got a bit of an aerial advantage over us here. If he's played this kick to the right back about 10 minutes ago, would have been on the break, but Woodman does send it forward. Doesn't find Jamie Walker though. Grant Young picks up in midfield to Ali Crawford. That's got to be a foul. That has got to be a foul, ref. If that had came to a goal, I'd have been absolutely livid, because that was a clear foul in the midfield. We've got an injury though, and it's Ryan Hedges. We're going to bring Jordan Jones on. I don't particularly like him on the right compared to how he plays on the left, but I prefer him there to Jamie Walker, who's not played the best game of his life either. We're going to maybe have to look at another sub here. We're going to bring on Cochrane in the deep line playmaker role. It's a bit of a gamble. He's not played there much for us at all, but I think Baronis hasn't played the best. He's starting to tire. Let's just get him off the pitch, get Harry Cochrane on as Jones tries a cross, but it's really, really poor. Giving a cross in that I've seen from him on the other side. Anyway, not going to see that corner kick either, which tells me something's not working there. Ali Crawford also starting to tire, so we're going to bring on McTominay. We're going to bring him back. We're going to switch him round. Undo the last, please. Switch him round, and we're going to put Young on as a Calero on support. I quite like him in that role. Similar, just a slightly more aggressive version of the deep line playmaker. I'm going to give one more push forward. I don't want to go into overload because a point is still good enough for us to go top of the league here. So I'm not going to charge too hard here. I just want to push forward, see if we can get in. As Shooter takes this free kick to Mason. Forward for Jamie Walker, but that's really, really poor from Jamie Walker, uncharacteristically. But he is hunting it down, and we're keeping him pinned in at the back there for a little bit, and then eventually play it out to Burgess. Picks up Jones. Again, it's a poor first touch, just couldn't get there. McMullen. McGeoch. McGrandles has done his man, and it's Lee Irwin again. We really need to be doing better in this midfield area. We've not won the midfield battle, which we really should be doing. That's played across for Jones. It's not good enough again. Playing aerial ball toward Oran Jones just doesn't seem a logical step for me. It's going to be a 1-1 draw. It is enough to send us top of the league. It's not the performance I was hoping for from the team though, and that is annoying. So I'm going to go with an aggressive. That was not good enough. Z Gomez in particular at 6.4, not the standard I expect from our main man. Before we go, I'm going to show you his contract though, and just show you some squad updates. So Roshan Williams played the last game. I'll show you him. He played really, really well. Tackling isn't going up though, and that's a bit of a worry. Harry Cochrane now natural in the advanced playmaker role. I think he's 3.5 star there now compared to the 2 star he was when I took over and moved him forward. Valued at £5 million. contract until 2024. Jordan Jones, a player who I took a bit of a gamble on, valued at just over 500,000. But let's go by. Never mind. I'll look at Freddie Woodman, valued at 5.25 million, 3.5 star, 4-star potential still. Is wanted by Burnley and Watford, both Premier League clubs. Does have that £12.5 million buyout clause, but that does expire if we can hold him on to one more transfer window. That will expire. Anyone else? Tvestinov will show you, or Tvestinov, not really developing the way I was hoping again. You know, he's got the determination and the work rate to develop, but he's not really kicking on. This is a bit of a worry. Grant Young is kicking on a little bit, looking very, very good. That tackling has gone up a little bit. I think it's like 0.2 or something like that. It's gone up, but it's going up, and that's the main thing there. Baronis developing a little bit as well. I'm not going to show you him. Z Gomez developing nicely as well, and we'll show you his contract. This is a new contract he got. So it's up to 5.75 a week. Minimum release clause to clubs in continental competition only. So that excludes a lot of that English window that we want to avoid. Goal bonuses have changed a little bit as well, and I've added a bonus in if he is the top goal scorer in the division for 36,000. So maximum I could offer. I felt that was fair. Andy Irvine, not really developed at all. Probably just going to look to try and get rid of him now. He's 21, not developing well. Ryan Hedges injured, out for 2 weeks. And I will respond to this team talk in a bit. But as you see, match cohesion and dressing room atmosphere is brilliant. We have 40 players at the club, including 27 in the first team, who are considered very happy. That's very, very good. And all greens here, there's not really a single orange. In fact, there isn't a single orange. We look at our hierarchy: Burgess, Hedges, Woodman, Crawford, Gomez, Moult, Mason, Finlayson, Tvetanov and Billy Hughes all support us. Probably going to try and get Billy Hughes out on loan during this next window. But our social groups are really, really interesting. It's basically just one major social group, and then this secondary one is irrelevant really. Hedges in and out, it switches between the two. Linchaba and Tvetanov sort of maybe haven't quite developed into this group yet, and Kane is obviously on loan. Rodgers and McAllister haven't fit in yet, which is quite interesting. And as you see, existing scouted players, but I've not actually heard of any of these guys. I'm pretty sure I've ignored most of them because they don't think they're going to get a work permit. Top influences: Jamie Walker and John Suter, of course. And if we go to relationships and go to, in fact, we've got, remember him, he was the guy that had it Pogo and Sedolce, who was actually half decent, but just didn't like me. So if we go here, John Suter is very close to me, almost as close as Mark McCallum. Scott McKellar, also at the club, of course, out on loan, is very close. Lewis Dunbar, who's my Montrose captain. Camille Jonskix, who was my captain at Pogo and Sedolce, is also very close. And we're getting close to Freddie Woodman as well, which maybe gives me a bit of hope that we can keep a hold of him. But again, if we get 12 million for a goalkeeper, is Danny Rodgers really that much worse? Still 3 stars to the 3.5 star. So if we compare them, you know, he is a bit worse. He's better in some areas, but you know, Woodman's a better goalkeeper without doubt. But he's not £12 million worse. So we'll be able to make something out of Danny Rodgers as a temporary solution for this season. And Inaki Pena has got his work permit. I reapplied for it after he played so many games on his loan spell. Doing quite well on that loan spell if I can find under 20s to find him. And he has now got a work permit to come back to the club at the end of January. As you see, 16 games, 15 conceded. But a lot of that has been, if we go to Pikowa, they're third in the Slovak League. A lot of that has been, if we look at their losses, 3-0, a 4-0 and a 5-1. So that's 9, 12, 13, 14, 15 accounted for in their losses. So they tend to lose or keep clean sheets. And as you see, their wins there, all clean sheets bar 1. So that highlights that quite well. I think he did spend a little bit of time injured as well, if I remember correctly. Let's just have a look at that. Broken hand, there you go. 2 broken hand in matches, catching a ball. So he's been out for 10 weeks. So kept a lot of clean sheets across there. Anyway guys, I'm going to end this episode here. We'll be back again for Rangers and then Hibernian double header, because we keep seeming to get these double headers again with Rangers and Hibs. I think that's the most logical one. So we'll play Dundee and Aberdeen off camera, and then we'll have Rangers and Hibs as a sort of nice next episode. It's a nice episode 40 anyway, in my opinion. And then the episode after that will be Celtic and Hibs. Double header for episode 50, and it kind of works out perfect as our biggest rivals and what's looking like developing as our title rivals, if we can maintain that. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll hopefully catch you all next time.